Hey, what is shaking YouTube? Today we are going to do a comparison between the two best budget belt-driven electric skateboards. So I got the Vestar Board here, and I got the OnlyOne Board here. Both these are belt-driven boards. They both have a lot of the same specs, and they're about the same price. So which one should you get? Come on over here and let's check it out. All right, guys, so first things first, before we even get on the boards, we can see some similarities and some differences. So first off, they're about the same length. So the boards, they're about the same length, they're about the same width, except on the OnlyOne Board here, we got a nice concave. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that right there? So your feet really find the concave real nice. There is a really mellow concave here, so we still got one on this board, but it's a lot more mellow. Okay, they both have black wheels, although the wheels on the Vestar Board are a little bigger. I believe these are like 95 millimeters, and these are about 90 millimeters. So, right off the bat, we got slight differences there. Now, if we flip the boards over, also too, we got a handle on the Vestar Board, which I actually like. It makes it so much more convenient. Now, here we see a lot of differences. Okay, now here, this is also a wood deck. It's just painted black. But here we have the battery, the motherboard, everything is encased right in here. This is all waterproof. This is water resistant. Well, they're both technically water resistant. I wouldn't dump your skateboard either way. But both of them got some water resistance. But this one, they really claim like this is super, super waterproof. I haven't really tested that. I've got them a little wet. But other than that, as far as the trucks, they both use the same trucks, I think. They have all the same like machining marks on them. So as far as I know, the trucks are completely identical. The belts and stuff are a little different though. Looks like we both got about the same type of bearings and everything, but the assembly here is a little different than over here. And notice it looks plastic, but it's actually metal. You can see where some's been scratched away. Same as on this one. So very, very similar components. One thing I do like about the OnlyOne Board is it comes with a spare set of belts that did not come on there. So if your belts break, you gotta buy new ones. You get a spare set when you buy the OnlyOne Board, which is a little nice. Also too, here we have LED lights. If I hold down the reverse button on the remote, they'll turn on. It's too bright out here to show you guys. So you do have lights on there. One thing on the Vestar Board though that you get is it's motion activated. So the board is actually turned off right now. If I just like drop it, I don't know if you heard that. You probably can't see it. Maybe, yeah, you can. Okay, so you see how it's lit up red? It just turned right on, just from the motion. Okay, now both boards use exactly the same remotes. Okay, so that's a wash. You're not getting one thing over the other. The Vestar Board has a sticker on it. Other than that, they are completely the same. We got our high, medium, low for acceleration, brake, reverse button, our power button. And then here it'll have a battery. Oh, here, let's just turn it on. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that. Probably not. But it tells you how much battery is on there. It flinks green when it's connected. There's a pair button right there. So, very simple remote, but both the same. Okay, now, the one difference you're getting with the OnlyOne Board is you're getting a stiffer board. It's got that nicer concave, but if you like a little flex to your board, you can get that flex on the Vestar Board. So let me put the camera down and I'll show you guys a quick demonstration on that. Okay guys, here's the flex on the Vestar Board. Nothing crazy, but you definitely get a little give. Now here is it on the OnlyOne Board. Basically non-existent. You get the slightest flex, but not really much at all. So that's where your preference is really gonna come into it. Okay guys, so we are on the Vestar Board now, and we are just on the slowest speed mode, just giving it a little cruise. Getting used to the feel of the bushings first and everything before I take it a little faster, which I would recommend on any board, to really just get the feel of how it feels before you ever cruise it on it. I haven't rode this board in a while, so, I thought, but, it feels good. It definitely has a little bit of a flex to it, which does absorb the ride. I know I'm just going slow right now, but it already is feeling, pretty nice. So I'm gonna kick it up to medium now. And you can really hear the motors engaged now. The gap between the slow mode and the medium mode is big. Like, it goes quite a bit difference. One thing about this board, as well as the other board, I feel like the two models I got, they basically have all the same characteristics. They're slow, they're medium, and their fast mode are all the same. It has the same torque. I believe the battery lasts just as long. Like, the specs are the same, basically. So it's really on which one you think handles better. You know, this one feels nice. The bushings are a little stiff. I don't know, it's definitely still carving. But nothing, you know, nothing crazy. I would maybe recommend putting in some softer bushings. Just like any longboard or skateboard, you can change out your bushings, no problem. The brakes are a little touchy, but that's gonna be the same on both boards. On any belt-driven board, the brakes are a little touchy because it has to come to like a complete stop with the belt to stop you. So the belt basically just locks up there. Okay, so now we're gonna get going here, and we're gonna kick it up to the faster mode, the high. They got high, medium, low as they advertise it. Okay, so we are on the high mode, and it is crazy fast. This board can go 25 miles an hour. This and the OnlyOne Board are my two fastest boards, and they are tied. Both of them, I got the same top speeds in my review. But yeah, crazy fast. Whew, I'm not even holding it all the way down, and I'm going over 20 miles an hour easily. Look at this. We're keeping up with the cars. Like, this thing is freaking quick. So you want to make sure when you're driving or riding fast on this board, you really ease on the brake. You don't slam on the brake because when you're going fast, you really feel it. Okay, so nice little test there. Just kind of like I remember. It's got a nice feel to it. Smooth ride, even in the grass. Look at this. Can go through grass, no problem. Probably not good for it, but no problem. So I'm gonna ride back to my car, get the other board, and we'll do the same little test on that one. Okay guys, we got the OnlyOne board now, starting it off on the low mode. Now, first thing I noticed before I even start riding it is it feels really nice with that concave. Your feet really find the groove. And as far as like turning, it just feels like your feet, your heels and your toes grip that concave really, really nice. Okay, so I'm already gonna kick it onto the medium. So it feels just like the Vestar board as far as the acceleration and everything. Yeah, that concave is really nice. The board is a lot stiffer though, so that's really where it's gonna be the biggest trade-off for you. Do you want that nice concave that your feet really fit in, or do you want a board that's got a little flex that can absorb the impact a little? That's really gonna be the biggest thing you're gonna have to choose between these two boards. This one is easier for me to carve just because how my feet fit into it. It just feels nicer. Yeah, so far, so good. Yeah, so okay, so let's try out the brakes. I believe it's gonna feel the same. Yeah. Yeah, brakes, just as touchy. All belt-driven boards, you're gonna get that little more intense braking. But yeah, actually, I'm really surprised. After riding the Vestar board, I was expecting that one to have a little better carving ability just because of the flex. But actually, I feel like you benefit more from this big concave. Like, my feet were like in there perfectly. A lot of times on stiff boards, you get that like vibration foot where your feet start to hurt. On this one, not so much. I was feeling pretty good. So let's kick it to high mode and go back the other way. Okay, just like the other one, very powerful. So yeah, both boards have about the exact same as far as top speed and range, and all three modes feel about the same. So you're gonna have that going into it. But I got it all the way floored down now. And those motors just scream. So yeah, really, really impressed with this board so far. Yeah, I mean, I haven't ridden either of these boards that much lately. I've been riding my YoYo just because it's like the newest board I got. But both these boards are really good, especially for that price. Right at $530, there's not a lot of boards, especially belt-driven boards. If you're new to electric skateboards, belt-driven boards are normally a lot more expensive. Like the boosted board is like $1,200. Yeah, so usually hub motor boards are more in this price range. But this is basically two belt-driven boards, both in the hub motor price range. So let's get out both boards, do a little pros and cons, and we'll go from there. Okay guys, so I got both boards here. After riding both of them, there is a lot of similarities. I mean, it's literally like they have the same battery, same electronics, same controller. You know, a lot of it feels the same. But the main difference definitely is the flex on the Vestar, opposed to this being that cool concave, but you're getting a really stiff board, but you are getting the LED lights. This one turns on just from motion. It's motion controller. This one's not, but it's got the LED lights, which is kind of cool. I feel like this one turns a little better. I don't know if it has, if I just have it set up better, broken in better, if the bushings are different. I don't know, or if it's that concave. But I felt like my handling was slightly better on here. But with the flex on here, you are definitely not feeling those, like when you go over bumps and stuff like that, you're not gonna feel it as much on the Vestar board. Also, the Vestar board has slightly bigger wheels, so that's also gonna help with that as well. But both are basically the same price. So really, I personally like this one slightly more, but that could just be because it's newer. But honestly, if I was the person looking for these and about to buy one of them, I would honestly just buy whichever one you can get a better deal on at the time. Like, because they do sales left and right. Sometimes this one's $10 cheaper, sometimes this one's $20 cheaper, etc. You never know. So I'm gonna put links down below and you can check them out, look for yourself. But the specs are the same. Both boards feel great. They got reliable connections. There's nothing bad about either of them, but it's really hard to choose. It's more preference. The handle is also very nice on the Vestar. You can't go wrong with that. I wish there was a handle on here. Obviously, there's no way to put one. You'd have to cut up the cover, you know? But yeah, great boards, very, very close. Honestly, I'd say it's about a tie. It's really personal preference. My preference is slightly more on the OnlyOne board just because I like that really steep concave. But it might be one of those things you might have to try both out, see what you like. If you like a flexi board, definitely go with the Vestar. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this cleared up some things. Hopefully it didn't just make you even more confused. But until next time, I'll see you guys later and peace out.